Have you or a loved one been hit in the shin by a razor scooter?
Has your ability to breathe been hindered by toxic fumes pumped through Abercrombie and Hollister?
Do you suffer from anxiety, depression, or an overwhelming feeling of inadequacy?
Then you were probably born in the 90s and may be entitled to financial compensation.
You deserve it.
Visit our website down below.
And subscribe to the Patreon.
Welcome back to another episode of The Fuzzy Pod. If you're new here, hi, my name is Megan.
And I'm Maddie.
And here on The Fuzzy Pod, we love to talk about all the things that give us those warm, fuzzy feelings. And fall is in the air.
I can smell it.
The most warm,
feel it.
Fuzzy feeling season of them all, dare I say.
Yes.
It's the beginning of being cozy.
It's the beginning of all the fun holidays that don't stress anyone out ever.
Never. The holidays are not a stressful time ever.
Stressful.
Never stressful. But that's why I think the beginning of fall is like peak
energy.
All of the activities you're doing are just the things that you are planning yourself usually.
For sure. And like you're just so ready for a change. And especially like if you live somewhere where you get a change in weather.
Yeah.
It is
new seasons.
Need it.
New seasons, new beginnings. And that's why today we're going to be focusing on our fall bucket list, if you will, our fall wish list. This is all the things you want to do this fall. And we do these a lot when it's a change of season.
I would say it's a bit of a fuzzy tradition now to do a seasonal bucket list.
And then how many of those items?
How many of these
do we actually do?
I will say, last year's fall, like, really popped off.
We really popped off last fall.
Things.
I don't know if we can beat fall 2023.
I just lost my coaster.
Oh my gosh, your coaster stuck
down
to your matcha glass. I did not. I don't think that picked up on the mic, but I do not like that sound where you can hear the liquid like hit your gut.
My gut? It was going down my throat.
No, I sound like it was a straight shot down. Your esophagus just opened up completely.
The floodgates.
And just let it like fall down.
That was probably my sinuses, my post-nasal drip that is always happening.
Yo, that's so real. Speaking of season changes,
does everyone always have post-nasal drip? Is that just like to keep, lubed up in your throat?
I don't think you're supposed to like be aware of it consistently. No, I think you should see an allergist.
It's supposed to be happening.
I don't know. I've never thought about it that much, if I'm being honest. The only time I think about nasal drippage,
post-nasal
drippage is when I'm experiencing like a sinus infection
like
or sore throat or discomfort. Yeah. When I'm made aware of it.
But I feel like I'm like always aware of it. But that's not the question. The question is everyone
that sounds like you see an allergist.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm allergic to the indoors and what am I supposed to do about that? But like I'm saying if everybody does everybody have a post-nasal drip, but it's only like certain people are aware of it because of allergies.
Why do you ask me questions?
Why do I do this? Why do I do this with you?
Do you think I have a medical license?
No, but you are someone who was allergic to a lot.
I was.
and you did go to see an allergy specialist for years.
That's why I said shots. That's what.
No, I know. I am going to do that.
But I got shots 3 times a week for my allergies.
It's not my fault that the doctor can't get me in for 26 months.
You know what? That is not
the truth.
Warm, fuzzy feelings, okay? This healthcare system, okay?
That's why I fight for change.
Yeah, dude.
All right, moving on to our fall bucket list.
Okay.
I have to be the straight man today, so I can let you be your unhinged self. So I'm going to keep us on track.
You're the one that's going to keep us on track. I don't mind keeping on track. I think it's like me leaning into older sister vibes. It's me leaning into maybe Virgo tendencies. I don't know. Staying organized. Is that a thing? Is that a thing people say?
Virgo tendencies.
Yeah.
Oh, I have Virgo tendencies. I was like, I don't know what she said.
Here's the thing. Okay. You hear us on the mics, okay? But we're sitting at a distance from each other that you don't normally converse in would be a little closer maybe in normal. I don't know. I think it depends.
No, we're pretty close. Like
Something about the curtains though and things. What I'm trying to say is sometimes it's hard to hear
it's hard
each other.
to hear each other, right?
Like, that's
okay,
why you
yeah.
see podcasters wear headphones when they're kind of
Yeah.
spaced out.
Yeah.
It's so they can like hear how their voice sounds on the mic and also like hear each other.
Yeah. Something to consider.
Maybe we should move our
If we
chairs
want to
closer.
move further apart. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh. She was like, maybe we should move my chair on this side, and then you're way okay. We only have so much room to work with.
Not that big.
We only have so much room to work with. So let's go ahead and get into our fall wish list, as you said. Do you want to kick us off, Maddie? Kick things off here?
Starting off strong, I recently realized my dream of doing a leaf or foliage train ride where
Ooh.
there's they have them here in Tennessee, in Chattanooga. They have them in Georgia. Anywhere where you can see like the fall foliage where like it's really present, where the leaves are changing colors. They do these train rides where you go through like the valleys or whatever so that you can see all the foliage.
That's so cute.
Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever heard?
I feel like the Chattanooga one would be really good. The Chattachoo-choo.
The Chattachoo-choo, is that what they call it?
That's what they call it. Yeah, that was.
I think there's another one because it wasn't called that.
Oh, it's
one
not
I
the
was looking at-
Chattachoo-choo?
No, I don't think so.
The Chattachoo-choo is like one of the OG trains or
Maybe
something
it
like
is.
that.
Maybe they just like the company that does it is like a different.
Yeah.
But maybe it is the Chattachoo-choo train. I have no idea. But they do this like one where it's like a 4 or 5 hour experience where it's like dinner and like
Dinner and a show.
and a show.
That sounds like a treat.
The trees slip off their leaves.
You're making it sound like it's a burlesque show of the trees.
Yeah, because the dinner and a show.
They're just like, oops, a leaf fell.
Ooh.
Ooh, you dirty tree.
Slutty little tree.
Oh
They
my
really
gosh.
are just getting naked in front of us, though.
That's if you think about it that way. Slowly undressing.
Slowly, really teasing us.
Burlesque show it is, I guess. I'm
They
assuming
really
that's what
tease the winter time, where they just bear it all. But anyways, that is probably on the top of my fall bucket list. I will say, if I have repeats from last year, don't come from my throat. It's just because it was a good time and I want to do it again.
You know what? That's fair. Kind of on that track, the Natchez Trace like highway. Have you heard about this?
That
You
sounds
can
familiar.
drive that and you get kind of like the fall foliage.
But
and
it's
all the
just like
vibes.
you just like drive
Yeah, you just drive.
just for fun.
Yeah, but one of you, I guess, has to pay more attention to the road. So as long as you're a passenger princess in this situation, it's glorious.
Then it works out. Yeah,
And you can like do like your own playlists, and so
look out the window, cry a little.
pretend you're in a music
Your
video,
music video.
as one does. And
Is that on your list?
actually, it wasn't, but
We'll pretend.
we'll go ahead and talk about my soundtrack of this fall. Lots of Bon Iver. Okay,
I didn't know we were doing soundtracks.
well, it's just like my fall wish list. Like I want to be listening to these
prepared.
tunes this fall.
I love it.
So I put on this random like Halloween playlist recently,
Slay.
and this song came on by Bon Iver. It's called Rosslyn, and I was reminded of it. And tell me why that this beautiful song was used for Twilight. Like it was like, I think it was maybe even made for Twilight.
Dude, tell me why some of the most beautiful songs were made for Twilight, though.
No, can we talk about
Can we talk about this?
This is why Twilight feels like fall, okay?
I was gonna-
ding, 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 ding. Have you seen though, like people being like, it's hoa hoa season? You don't know what that means? Okay, so basically they're like when there's a crisp in the air, it's ho ho ho.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ho, ho. Which is like a song from the Twilight series. So people are saying it's time, okay?
Except for it's not. It's been so hot.
Little vampires rise up and
Dude,
werewolves.
oh my gosh, it makes so much sense now because it is fall. Fall is happening. That I had a dream about vampires the other day.
You did.
I did.
Tell me more.
It was kind of scary, actually. I was like half scared, half okay. But it was like our town was being like overrun by vampires,
Did
but they
you
were like
become one?
converting everybody into vampires,
Vampires.
aardvarks. What was I gonna say? Vampires, and like, but like we were all just kind of like knew what was happening, but didn't really know what to do about it, and so it just kind of was happening.
So did
But
you
it wasn't
become
like
one?
they were.
You don't remember that
I
much?
don't remember. Well, I think I was about to be turned into a vampire.
You were like this. You're like, oh, you your neck out.
Yeah, and then I think I woke
And
up.
Edward was
and
above
it was
you.
like no, it was like an old man, and I was like, like I remember being scared, but not because he was a vampire.
But because he was old. You're like, wait, give me someone hot. Give me, where's Edward? Edward!
I'm like, I'm okay with it, but like you.
She was
I
like,
don't
it's
know.
my time. She just pushes the hair back.
nape of the
Exposing the
neck.
neck. Yeah. I had a dream that aliens took over last night. Do you think that this is related somehow?
Yes,
Mhm.
because I think that vampires are real, but I think that they're aliens.
Moving on. The next song of my fall soundtrack, I'll just go through all these and kind of group them together. Novo Amor kind of has like Bon Iver vibes too.
Okay.
And I feel like you can just put on just about anything Novo Amor and it just feels cozy.
Feels fall.
Fall vibes.
I love it.
And then finally, I mean, I feel like everyone says this one, but it just is so good and it just hits. And that's Folklore, the album by Taylor Swift. Invisible
Sure.
String is one of my favorite songs by her.
Sure.
And August is
Sure.
such a good song too.
Yeah. Sure.
That's probably that might be one of my favorite of her albums actually.
Wow.
Minus like the really like 1989 poppy stuff, but
Yeah. Different vibes.
it's totally different vibes.
Yeah.
And when you just put it on, you're like, oh, I can just like listen to this top to bottom and just feels right.
Just feels right.
Just feels right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever enter my Swiftie era.
I gotta get you on. Have you listened to like Invisible String? Like
Yeah,
just
I
start with
have.
that song. It's just not
Yeah.
your vibe. That's fine.
Yeah,
It's not for you.
I'm gonna stay silent on this topic.
She was like, excuse me, no comment.
No comment.
My publicist is not present. No comment.
My lawyer's not here.
My lawyer. She's like, I need more for the Swifties.
No. I don't have anything against her. It's just like I'm
Yeah.
just not a Swiftie.
That's fine.
And I've said it, and I'll say it again. I'll
That's
be
okay.
honest on the podcast,
Be honest. Say your truth.
and that is
Get
my truth.
canceled. Get burned. at
You
the
know what?
stake.
I'm here to be controversial, and maybe I'm a witch. Okay, burn me.
Oh my gosh.
'Tis the season.
What's next on your season, witch?
Literally to become a witch. Okay. I always have to have. Oh, to be fair, I have a lot of cooking related things on my list.
Yeah, as you should.
Okay, I want to make homemade caramels or marshmallows, like caramels.
Yeah, like the little caramel treats. Like,
Yeah.
just make them into little squares. or
yeah,
whatever.
and like have a little parchment paper, and
That's adorable.
I don't.
This is your grandma era.
I don't know if it's gonna happen, but like,
You gotta put them on your like coffee table
right?
and like a little
The
glass.
little hard candies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I've always been in my grandma era, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, kind of both of us in some ways. It kind of rules. Like grandma core kind of rules.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like to me, like collecting my little ceramics, like that's grandma core.
for sure. Yeah. No, literally, my house is like a grandma's house.
I love it. Even like the textures on your like the fabric
No,
of your top
this
today.
is giving grandma's curtains.
It is.
Yeah,
Or grandma's couch.
grandma's couch.
she had matching
That's my
ones.
aesthetic. Does
Yeah.
does the curtains match the drape?
She said, "Does the
Does
couch?"
the rug? Does the couch match the drapes? Does the rug match the drapes?
Dude, do you think that's gonna come? Just as a total side note,
That
you remember
phrase?
that like era where couches like their
Oh,
prints
I
were
did
like
not.
super floral and stuff?
I thought you were talking about that kind of joke. I thought you were gonna say those kinds of jokes gonna come back.
Oh no, they haven't gone anywhere in my mind. The 12-year-old gremlin inside of me still finds humor in those, so those haven't gone anywhere. No, what I was gonna say, like those couches from like I think it's maybe like
the 80s,
80s
70s,
into the 90s, because I remember mom and dad having one in the 90s for a while,
Yeah,
where it's like that kind of floral.
no, it was literally
print.
this.
Like yeah,
they literally had
like
a
your
couch
shirt.
like this. Yeah,
You think that'll come back around?
but it was like more like the burgundy colors were like the
Yes.
more.
Or like soft greens, big flowers. I feel like I could see it.
It definitely will. We've seen like peaks of it, I feel like little taste of it here and there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's certain companies that have like those prints available. I just don't know how like popular they are.
Okay, as a side note, just a note for ourselves. We need to do an episode on interior design at some point. That would be so fun.
It's so overwhelming, but yes.
Specifically, like the interior design that we grew up with,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like just what
Give our
dream-
expertise.
No. Give like our dream like interior design like home. Like I was like that's too much.
No.
Because I also want like
Warm, fuzzy feelings here. Let's
Different-
talk about nostalgia.
yeah. They also had like this honestly major sleigh like a plum couch.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Mom and Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
They
Actually.
didn't have it for very long because then they gave it to another family member. But like they had this like plum velvet I think couch.
That's awesome.
It was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Sleigh. I wonder why they got rid of it though. Like why they were like, eh.
I have no idea. So what are you cooking?
Answer the
Wait.
hard questions.
Wait,
The caramels and the marshmallows.
That's right. Okay, so going back to the caramel and marshmallows of it all. With these marshmallows, you using them to make other things like s'mores?
Yeah, I mean we could definitely try s'mores. I wonder how well homemade marshmallows stand against open flame.
They just completely melt. Yeah, because they're
Because I feel
there's
like
a little
there's
bit of
something
plastic.
sussy. Yeah, there's something
Yeah.
sussy in the way the
Jiffy.
what are they called? Jiffy Lube.
What are those? What's like the brand of
Wait,
marshmallows?
because Jif is peanut butter. I think it's called Jiffy.
Are they related?
Are they cousins?
Wait,
Is it the same company? Are they called Jiffy?
Jet Puffed.
Get puffed.
Why does their label look the same?
Why in my brain was it Jiffy? This feels like a Mandela effect.
I have never once referred to the marshmallows, but like the marshmallows you see,
the brand.
they're called Jet Puffed. What?
No, that's
No
fake.
way. That's not
That's fake.
Jet Puffed.
That's fake.
I've never referred to them by their
By their God-given name.
Yeah.
Their Christian name.
what?
You could have told me they were called Jiffy and I would have believed you.
They kind of have like similar labeling.
You know what? You
and
know
they're
what's
both
called
Kraft
Jiffy?
or something.
You know what Jiffy is? Is the
What is-
cornbread that
Yeah.
comes in the box. That's Jiffy, right?
Now that is the best $2 you'll ever spend.
Now that there right there is the best
That-
damn $2 you ever spent.
That cornbread mix?
I swear you lost like all your teeth. You had like one snack tooth and a beer in your hand.
Listen, this cornbread. If you're not making it from scratch, use
Speaking
that.
of cornbread,
That's fall. That's fall.
that's fall. Speaking of cornbread, because I'll jump into my next one and, steal the mic again as it goes. But like cornbread,
okay.
chunks of corn, yes or no?
Don't need it.
Do you like it?
I wouldn't say I like it. I don't
Have
have
you
a
had
preference.
it?
But I don't have strong opinions.
Like if you're making cornbread.
You know, I get where you're going.
okay.
I'm
You're at
making
a
it from
potluck.
scratch. I'm not taking
You're-
the extra
you're
effort
at-
to put it
you're
in
at a
there if that's what
potluck.
you're asking.
You're at a potluck.
Okay.
There's 2 trays of cornbread, one with corn kernels and one without.
Maybe the one without.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't like corn.
Yeah.
Don't like corn on the cob. Don't like cream corn. Don't like.
None
cream.
of the corns.
I like
Elote?
popcorn.
Yeah.
Won't eat elote.
So good.
None of it. But cornbread's not actually. It's like cornmeal. So it's like ground up. Anyways, I hate the jump scare because to me, classic cornbread, you're not putting chunks of corn in there.
Mm-mm.
So when
I see.
when
Mhm.
I get a bite of cornbread and they're trying to be fancy and put corn kernels in there, sinful.
Not necessary.
Sinful.
You're doing too much.
You're doing too much and it's not cute. Anyways, that's all I have to say about it.
That should be on our list, though.
But cornbread and chili.
Cornbread and chili
But
is
I'm
the
throwing
perfect
this-
fall
Yes.
meal.
There's so many segues for things on my list that I can go in. But part of my also list of like cooking things is just like trying different breads. I love making different types of like the beer bread, super easy and tasty and goes well with soups. Like I just feel like because it's soup season, like just doing different like types of bread, focaccia bread with like different toppings, like trying that.
Mouth is watering.
I know, right? Pretzels,
You make good pretzels.
pretzel bowls.
Pretzel bowl. Dang.
not good for you.
I can't even do like a basic craft of baking clay, and you're making and baking breads.
It's very different.
They're very different, but I'm saying mine was so basic. I just overcooked it. I used baking clay to try to do a little DIY to make a little candle holder, little tapered candle holder.
The idea was cute. The idea was there. But when I did walk into your house and saw the tray sitting there, I did think that you were cooking dog turds for some reason because it looked like little dog turds on this tray.
It was black clay.
It was black clay that was like shaped.
And it cracked.
Rolled.
It cracked.
It looked
I
like a
overbaked
turd.
it, I guess. I thought I followed the instructions, and I was devastated, and I was like, I'm never doing a craft again.
Now I'm nervous because I have so many crafts that are on my list as well of like that I need to get done.
You're great at crafting.
But one of them is a clay thing. I want to make little clay ghosts that I can put, faux tea lights in.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so cute. No,
But
you're going to be
I'm
great.
nervous.
No, it's going to be great.
No, it's going to be so bad. And I'm going to make like a bat pillow and a ghosty pillow.
You got to get going.
I know. I don't have time. I'm running out of time.
It's almost October.
It's already Halloween at this point, honestly. Honestly.
At least you can use them for seasons to come.
Yeah.
You
I'll
know?
have them forever.
Exactly.
But
pass them down.
Pass them down to Loki, my dog. All right, what's your next one?
Well, speaking of crafting, I want to take tapered candles and paint
the
them.
ghosties? Oh.
Make them ghosties?
Yeah, have you seen that?
No, what is this?
Where you like put them in like, I'm assuming it's just like hot water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can like bend them and mold them.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah.
I think I tried it one time and it
didn't work out.
Didn't work out well for me.
Make it look easier than it is,
do.
I'm sure.
And I think it also maybe was just the type of candle. Who knows? Maybe the type of wax like makes a difference.
Oh, yeah.
And this was just some like cheapo,
Yeah.
So maybe, that would change things. But no, there's a couple different like tapered candle things I want to try out. One, just hand painting them. I think taking like a black candle and painting little ghosties could be cute or little
so
pumpkins. Cute. And then I also think that taking a like design on a napkin I've seen people do.
Oh, I've seen that too.
And you can like wrap it on the candle and like Mod Podge it, I think.
Yes.
And like the design will stay on there. That looks cool. I want to try that out.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Last year I did one DIY, and that was I used Mod Podge for a pumpkin. Instead of painting it, I put dried flowers on it and Mod Podged it. It was pretty cute. My mistake was I just used too much. But honestly, like that just kind of resulted in it looking a little shiny. But
too shiny. But you can also get Mod Podge that's like matte.
Matte, yes. And I thought I did, but I guess I didn't.
But sometimes I think they have like, I feel like paints are like this too. It'll be like matte, ultra matte. And you're like,
okay.
Just pick a lane.
Matte is matte.
Yeah,
okay?
just pick a lane. Like, pick a lane, please.
And then the other DIY I want to do is just kind of in the same lane of like taking something that exists and just adding on to it. I want to take like just a plain tote bag because I use those all the time.
Yes.
And do either painting on them, maybe like
that's been on my list
stitching,
forever.
Just iron on some patches. All of the above.
iron-ons, yeah.
I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, I love that idea. I've seen I really like when people paint on them. I feel
It
like
looks
it looks
nice.
really cool.
Yeah.
But I wonder how difficult that would be.
I would use like maybe I could maybe use some stencils too,
Oh, yeah. Some puffy paint.
Oh my gosh, the puffy paint. I forgot about that stuff.
Remember we used to make t-shirts with puffy paint?
Yes. We would like
Wait, we
make
should
like camp
tie-dye.
shirts with puffy paint.
Yes, we should tie-dye and use puffy paint
Oh my
as
gosh.
a fall craft.
It feels more summery, but
We
actually
make-
I'm here for it.
No, I think it's fall. I think
Wait.
we could do Halloween-themed t-shirts.
So Cooper's birthday, is coming up, and we're gonna do Camp Cooper.
Camp Cooper.
We gotta do a craft at Camp Cooper.
We gotta make t-shirts.
We gotta plan the date. We gotta pick a location. It's coming up. I'm excited for fall. I can feel it.
See, I could feel it, and then when it started heating up again and I was spending time outside, I just was like,
No, that's fair. That's fair. But talking about it right now, I'm saying
no, I know. I just feel defeated because I was spending all my morning outside and it was so hot. And so now I'm like,
she cries.
I'm literally crying because I'm like, I want to do all these things when it's crisp air, but I can't
But soon.
because it's hot.
What's
Okay.
next?
I'm going to loop these ones together because I kind of already mentioned one of them, but I want to rewatch the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yes.
Because it's been a long time since I've watched all of them. Probably haven't watched all of them since college. And then I also want to specifically watch The Parent Trap on my porch with my projector whilst eating chili and dessert is Oreos with peanut butter.
Of course.
Period. End of sentence.
That's all fantastic stuff. And I will be there for all of it.
When? Because this darned weather.
Okay, maybe the first week of October, it'll start to cool down. I believe.
I'm starting to lose faith
in the Nashville weather.
I'm starting to lose faith because it was starting to cool off. We were having these beautiful, crisp mornings. To be fair, the mornings are better.
Yes. And
they
our
were.
peaks now are like low 80s.
They are, but it's just like, I'm over it. Over it.
Bring us into the 70s. Yeah.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like, I just want, like, even if it's high 70s,
Yeah.
I don't want to look at the weather and be like 80s. No.
Well, once it does cool down, I'm coming over, and not only are we watching The Parent Trap, but we're going to have other movie nights, okay? Because I want to watch Death Becomes Her.
Yes, that's on my list for this year, too.
It's been a couple
Been a
years.
while, yeah.
And Casper. I haven't
seen
seen
Casper in
so long.
forever.
I just feel like it'd be so nostalgic.
I love that. Wait, why do I want to eat like caramel corn or something when I'm watching Casper? It's just
Isn't
giving-
Hilary Duff in one of them?
I think wait.
Because Christina Ricci's in one, like in the OG, right? So the one that Hilary Duff is in is called Casper Meets Wendy.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one I watched.
We have to do.
Wait, I kind of want to watch Ghostbusters too.
Both
I've never
of
seen
them.
the original Ghostbusters.
I don't know that I have either. So like when all these like
we should do,
remakes
like-
came out, I was like, I don't
Yeah.
really care.
Well, they also got trash reviews, so.
Yeah. All the ghosty movies that are like campy and sweet and cute. And
I want like cute ghosties. I don't want like demon haunting me,
yes, totally.
gonna murder you.
I watched my first like spooky movie of the season. It was just kind of random. I was just scrolling through one of the streaming platforms and this movie called Cursed came up with Jesse Eisenberg and Christina Ricci and like a bunch of other people. And I was like, okay, I'll bite. And it was like from like 2005. It was
Great year. No, I'm just kidding.
so great year. It was so campy. But like honestly, I was like, I don't know. I didn't hate it. Like it has
I love a good
terrible
camp.
reviews. Terrible.
I love a good campy movie.
Yeah, like when watching the CGI of them turning into like a werewolf, a spoiler. Some of the characters. It's just
It's been 20 years since that movie came out.
so
I think it's okay.
it's so bad. It's just so bad. And then like the puppet of like the werewolf. I mean, some parts were actually kind of scary. Like I was like, oh, that was perfect. That wasn't that scary. And then I was like going to bed and Cooper was already asleep. And like every sound I was like, who's there?
What was that? Dude, I'm such a baby with that kind of stuff though. So like literally even movies that aren't scary to most people, like I get freaked out.
Yeah, something about it. Even while I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. But then it's like the after.
Yes, the after
And
effects.
I'm like Monster House. Made
we
for kids.
have to watch Monster House. Allegedly, even though it's been literally forever, Ted has never seen it. And we talk about it every single year.
Okay, so
And
I
I'm like, I was like, there's no way we've watched it
Yeah.
together. And he's like, no, we haven't.
so
Have we? So yeah, Ted's never seen it apparently because I talk about it every season. I'm like, we gotta watch it this year. Or we'll be scrolling
Mhm.
and then I'll be like, oh, Monster House until we like still haven't seen it. And I'm like,
I'll just need to watch it together this year because you just reminded me of something.
yes.
That was the same thing with Cooper. We watched it together last year. He sat and watched it with me. And then, what am I trying to say? I still enjoyed it for the nostalgia.
No, I watch it every year.
Yeah. And
I watch it
I feel
every
like
single year. That's why I'm saying I don't know how he hasn't seen it.
watching it with someone that hadn't seen it, though, I was like, don't make your expectations too high. It's a
Oh no,
kid's movie.
I don't think Ted's expectations are high at all.
Yeah.
I think he's expecting it to be
Also,
actual
Cooper called
trash.
it all, too. And I was like, oh, boo.
Well, Ted already knows what happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all just need to watch it.
You gotta watch it.
Okay, last movie on my list, not spooky vibes, because fall is not always about the spooky vibes, although that's the majority of the things that we enjoy right now. But Little Women, I feel like feels like a good movie to
that's
watch
a good one.
this fall.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen like the original. I watched the version that I think Greta Gerwig directed. Yeah. with Timothy and Saoirse. Timothy. And
Timothée.
I loved it.
Yeah, that one's really good.
I really loved it.
I watched that for the first time. I feel like I honestly need to rewatch that one because I watched it on a plane for the first time.
Me too!
Oh, really?
Yes. I want to watch it on a big screen.
Yeah, me too.
Not
I'm
like
like,
my
and I
phone.
really enjoy. I know, me hunched over,
Crying.
yeah, tears.
Because somehow, until that moment on the plane, at least for me, I had gone my whole life not knowing the story.
No, I didn't know the story either.
I didn't know about what happened to
'cause
everyone.
I
and
just feel like I didn't consume
Trad Life Core.
Well,
No, I'm
no,
just kidding. I don't
yeah.
know
What do you call that?
Little
era?
pioneer?
Yeah,
You-
like pioneer women. Like
You didn't consume like Pioneer Core.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I had one series I was into, but I couldn't even tell you. Some book series I loved. Oh my gosh, it's like flashing
The
back to
Click?
me. I can like kind of see the Click, the
Sorry, no,
famous
no.
Pioneer movie.
No, not
movie
for the
and book
pioneer. You're
series.
talking about books.
I know. But I was just seeing flashes of this book I would read, and I'm gonna have to go on a deep dive later to see if it comes
back to you.
Okay, but the Click series, we got to do a whole episode.
That's a
on
whole other thing. Yeah.
Kind of feels like
Classic.
fall. We should watch that.
Right, it does kind of feel like fall. Was there?
Is it? Do they go to a
'Cause there's
Halloween
movie.
party? There's a movie, yeah, and it's terrible. It's
Did
so
you
great.
ever watch? This was more recent. Never mind. I can't even remember what it's called. It was like a Netflix movie that came out like maybe 2 years ago or a year ago. It was interesting. It was stupid. It was a stupid movie. But I think it had the girl who
Me waiting for more context.
me having none.
You were like,
I can't tell you.
I
wanted it probably had a stupid name. I literally
Have you seen that clip from the Bald and the Beautiful podcast where Katja, she was like, I want to see that. The movie, the stupid. I want to go to the. See them.
I just I
see
need
right
you
now.
to finish my thought for me. That's the problem.
I can't. I try to meet you there,
It's
and I
I
have
can
no idea.
never remember. Okay, what's that girl's name? Who's in that stupid show called like Riverdale or something? That turned into like a weird, like we were all a quadruple
Yes,
and we're all witches.
the
or
blonde
something?
girl,
No, the other one, the brunette.
Camille,
Okay,
Who's
I think
dating-
She's in it.
like that Vine guy now.
Haven't heard. Do Revenge.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It was,
was
It was
cute.
kind of cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cute.
Kinda
That's all.
nice.
That's
Yeah.
all I wanted to say.
all that.
Is I watched it when it came out, and I was like, "Wait, this is actually a cute movie."
They were trying to go for like a Heather's vibe kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But
Which-
it was like cheaper Heathers, you know.
That movie, I feel like when I first watched it, gave me nightmares.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Heathers is very dark. Very dark.
Oh my gosh.
Love it. Very dark though. I mean, it's a dark comedy.
My thing with dark comedy is where's the comedy?
It's comedy for people who are morbid.
Me trying to understand film.
Like it's
Like,
funny because
some-
it's dark.
Okay, so like there was another like dark
It's like
comedy
we
that I've seen.
like we have to like laugh at it because if we don't, then it's
Scary.
scary. Like it's like real life. Like how we laugh at our own pain because we're like
yeah, our whole life is a dark comedy. I got
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'm
yeah.
on track now.
Yeah.
Is it your turn?
I
Talked about
honestly don't
Little
know.
Women.
I think it's my turn. Okay. Next up on my list. I think this was on my list last year, but I didn't get to do it, which is apple picking. I really want to go apple picking, but like proper apple picking, like where you go up to the trees. Because there's like a lot of places I noticed that like it's like come to the orchard and like, but you don't get to pick the apples. It's like, oh, you can buy apples in our shop, in our general store.
But you want to go up to the tree and say
But I
thank
want to
you.
go up to the tree and like grab the apple, and as I'm pulling the apple off the tree, go,
Thank you for giving me this
the
sustenance.
fruits of your loin.
The fruits of your loin. Do plants kind of have loins?
Aren't plants like female and male? Or like avocados or something?
Don't plants do it with bugs?
do
I'm
it.
just joking. The birds and the bees pollinate everything.
Wait, no,
That's why it's the
legitimately
birds and the bees.
avocados. Aren't there like female and male avocados?
What?
Like trees or something.
No.
Yes.
It's like
they
electrical ends, the male and female ends
Yes.
of like
Yeah. Like you know how like outlets like or whatever, like it'll be like
That's what
the-
yeah.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah, like electrical
Oh,
stuff
okay.
wires, yeah. What'd you say?
I have
wasn't
an
listening.
idea. I really Timoned you there. If you know, you know. Lion King.
Repeats the same thing.
Ever heard of Lion King?
Okay, Ted is looking this up. What did we learn about the avocado trees fact that Madison said. Wait. Hey, Ted, can you come over here real quick and read the information that you just read? Can you come deliver this? Okay, so Ted has gone to Google.
All right, Google says
Trustful source.
avocados are unique because their sexual organs don't function at the same time.
I will never look at trees the same.
The avocado's penis.
I will never.
So
look at trees
avocados
the
have
same.
sexual organs.
All plants.
All plants have sexual organs? I feel strange now. Repotting my plants.
What do you mean?
What am I doing
Where
when I'm
are the
touching the roots?
organs?
What am I touching there?
They like
What
it.
am I doing when I'm trimming it down? What am I trimming?
Ooh.
Where are the organs?
What are the organs? How are they sexual?
Okay.
What does that mean? Is there a difference?
So many questions. Okay, wait, no, come read more. Come read more. Okay, Ted's coming back. There's more information. Okay.
Avocado expert Ted here. Avocado trees have both sexual organs.
Okay, no, I got
to
that.
produce the fruit, right?
So they F
But it
F
changes-
themselves.
Yes. Okay, but they
Why are you acting like this is normal
okay.
information?
Most plants have both their organs firing at the same time, like they're just going right. Avocado trees change sex throughout the day, like one organ might open and the other one is no longer working. They don't work at the same time. I don't know if the trees, like
They're changing back and forth.
it changes sex throughout the day. It's fluid.
This
Avocado.
Very
is the
modern.
America liberals want.
This damn gender fluid. That's why them damn millennials always eating avocado toast.
Avocado toast. Turning everyone gay.
You'll never see my kid eating avocado.
No
No
more
place
avocado.
for avocados in the school.
They're like
In the school system.
They're like, I knew there was something to these
I
avocados
knew there
and
was
millennials.
something wrong about them avocados.
I cannot. I just have so many more questions now about the fact that, like, thinking of plants in this way that they have organs. Like,
No.
they're-
The way he was laying out that information, like we were supposed to have the baseline
Yes.
of knowing that trees have sexual
like
organs.
I was still stuck on that part.
Me too. Like I'm still stuck on it right now.
Like, where are they?
Like what does
What is
that
it?
mean? Because like a sexual organ in a human.
I mean, now let's be honest. I've seen some trees.
I've seen some bussies on,
on
trees.
the trees.
Oh, the flowers!
we just learned something new.
Okay, so the flowers are having sexual intercourse.
They'd be freaky. That makes sense though, because like you have like the bees pollinating and wait, what are they?
Oh my gosh,
Oh
it's
my-
an orgy situation.
Oh, the wild bee. Wild.
The birds and the bees. The
Exactly.
bees.
You're
You
getting
had
it.
it. You had it. You were right.
And the birds, you know how they pollinate sometimes?
The
Pooping.
Wait, the birds what?
I think by pooping, like they eat stuff and then
And
they
they poop it out?
poop. Yeah. Nasty. They're into some kinky stuff.
Oh my whole world just shook it up. I need like someone who's like an expert on trees.
Like a botanist.
Yes. I need a botanist to explain to me what it means that a tree has a sexual organ.
I don't think that we can move on from this, and I have 2 more things on my list.
All right, we have to move on. You're right. We have to. All right.
Okay, well,
on our next Patreon episode, I feel like we need to.
we're gonna dive
we
into
need
this
to dive
more.
into this topic
So-
because this is just shaking my entire existence.
So as you're touching the sexual organs of the apple tree and removing the fruits of its loin, as you said,
And is that like satisfying to them? Like me pulling, you know? Me pulling. I don't know. We're gonna take yanking its branch. Is that nice? Does that feel nice?
we're gonna take those apples home, okay? And I want to make homemade
Makes you
apple
makes you
cider
think-
vinegar.
Yeah, it makes you
What?
apple cider.
No.
Apple cider.
Apple cider.
Hot apple
not
cider,
hot
yeah.
apple cider. Not
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar. Boo. That's good. I mean,
No,
that's
that sounds
good.
great. I love that
But,
stuff.
but I want to make hot apple cider.
I
like
was gonna
homemade.
put that on my list, and I didn't, and I'm glad you did.
Like
Yeah,
I think
let's
that'd
do
be
it.
so fun.
I'm sorry, I just can't get over it. It's just
I'll
This
throw
is
one
gonna
more
be
thing out
It's
too.
gonna be my new Roman Empire.
Yeah, your new personality trait. Just
Yeah, it's just like
going around like, do you know about the
no,
trees?
literally, this is my new tetanus shot. You know how like I've been telling everyone you need to get your tetanus booster shot because it's the dirt
Yes.
that's killing us.
Yes.
Trees have sexual organs. Okay, my next one. Okay, I think it would be so fun. Speaking of pie, or not, you didn't speak of pie. Speaking of apple.
Maddie said apple pie? Is that what you said? No, not what I said, but
Okay, you said apple cider vinegar.
that's true.
Don't cover my throat.
Just added an extra word.
Remember how
You made up a whole new word. Not made up a whole new word, but you just said something unrelated.
Hey, remember I didn't though, because apples. Remember how I said I was gonna be the straight man this episode?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so speaking of apples having sex with each other, I think you.
She's. Do you want me to finish my list?
This is great for the BTS. This is for our Patreon people.
I'm not cutting this. I
No,
edit too much.
You gotta cut it out. Cut it out. Oh my god, I'm okay. Okay, I think it would be fun. We had talked about like hosting, maybe co-hosting together, like a Halloween party or something. I think it'd be fun to do like just a fall party in general. And I don't know if we know enough people who enjoy baking enough, but if we did, it would be fun to do like a pie party.
Everyone brings a pie
Yes.
or bake something. Yeah. Because
'Cause you know
pies
people do,
can
like-
be intimidating, but also
you know
not if
people-
you just
Oh, you can just
pre-buy
buy the crust.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. No one needs to make homemade crust.
True.
I mean, I will because I'm an overachiever, but I'm a perfectionist and I'm worried about what people think about me if I buy store-bought.
She's like, I just know they're judging me.
That's the thing, though, is like I'm not someone who's like judging other people
No.
for not doing that, but I'm like my brain tells me that people will judge me for it.
Interesting. Let's unpack that. Not right now, but later.
Maybe I'll talk to a tree about it.
So
Just
we
need
want
to
to
have
have a
it
pie
figured out.
party.
Yes.
I love that. I'm going to add on to the food thing. Okay, keep the food train going. And pumpkin donuts. Pumpkin donuts. I
Didn't you
made
make those
them last
before?
year.
Yeah.
And they're so good and so easy because they're the kind of donuts you don't have to at least- donuts. These donuts. You just have to
donuts.
bake them.
Yeah. They're not like a fry.
Fry them.
Although, Megan, I'll raise you a
Okay.
donut
Okay.
because homemade, like yeast, like raised donuts, fried donuts.
Oh,
With
amazing.
homemade maple glaze and bacon
That sounds amazing.
will change your life.
I believe that.
And I think you can do it. I believe
I
in
do
you.
have a fryer
Yeah.
that I never use.
You never use it. And I feel like this is the time.
This is the time.
We
For
should
me
make fried
to-
Oreos.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, now. Ooh,
Fried
okay.
pickles.
Mm.
Why aren't we using your fryer more?
We should be frying it because it's terrible for
I know it's
I have high cholesterol
Do you? Were you diagnosed?
by 3 different doctors and
Are
I
you
don't
taking
take
medication?
medication. No, I'm not. We'll talk about my medical history later.
That's really bad.
I know. That's why I try not to eat that much fried food these days. It's been since I was young
Young
lad, but it hasn't gotten worse.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not
So
on
your
medication.
threshold is maybe like higher than like
My levels are not good. I need to make
we need
lifestyle
yeah,
changes.
okay, we need
they
to talk
said.
about this. I'm
But
I'm scared for
but
you
they
now.
said I don't need to be on medication.
That doesn't make you need a fifth opinion.
I've had already 2 or 3, so
That's why I said you need a fifth opinion. All right, camping. Enough said. I would like to go camping more.
be amongst the trees.
Yeah, it's just good for the soul.
Yeah.
I'm not a super outdoorsy person by any means.
What do you like to do when you camp? Do you read? you
Read,
just
play
sit?
games. Like usually you don't have any service, which is like
Forces
scary but also magical.
you. Forces you to disconnect.
So read, eat, snack, hammock, nap. It's literally like all my favorite things to do, and I have the excuse of like, I'm sorry, I didn't have service.
Yeah.
I missed your call. Sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, I do that anyways. Right? I don't respond to people, but
Oh my gosh. You know, my whole thing is though, like I was talking about this with mom recently, that it's so interesting to be in a day and age where we're like just expected to be available at all
it's like
times.
24/7.
Where like even when she was like we were talking about like in the 90s and stuff, like when phones, like you'd
Were
have a house
new.
phone.
Yeah, like
maybe
cell phones were new.
people would like, leave voicemails and you get back to them later or something.
Yeah.
But now it's like you expect like, oh, respond to your text messages. There's DMs. There's so many
Well, and
layers, emails.
if you don't answer and then someone like texts you, which is not a bad thing, but it's like just constant streams of communication happening.
Yeah, and we all do it. Like I do it. Like I'm saying, like I also like am that person, like reaching out.
Well,
like
Well, and I feel like for me, I'm like, oh, like okay, do I actually need to call this person a second time? Because sometimes I'll like call twice if someone doesn't answer because I'm like, oh, like maybe they just didn't see their phone ring.
Oh, also, we have like iffy service, like our provider, and so I'll call twice because the first call didn't even go through. Apparently,
yeah. Or like sometimes like it won't even ring.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, well either they have it on do not disturb, and then I feel like a jerk for calling again, but like also I'm like maybe it just didn't ring.
Also, like 9 times out of 10, it didn't ring.
It didn't ring. Yeah, because like literally we'll call each other and you'll be like, oh, like I called you, like did it ring? Did you get my first call? Sorry.
No, immediately apologizes.
Yeah, literally, I'm so sorry.
No, but it's just like it's so different. But then my fear too is like, oh my gosh, like an emergency is gonna happen.
Yes. No, literally.
Like that's why even at night, like I have my phone like where it's turned up in case someone needs to call me.
Except for when the cops came knocking on my door.
Where was I?
Where were you?
Asleep. I don't know what happened.
Where was my husband? Context: I was in a car accident. And the cops, it was right outside my house, so the cops came knocking on my door because the other person decided to file a police report, but they didn't decide to do it until 7 hours later. So I know, it was like midnight.
I think you should have just left the no context. I think that makes you more mysterious. It adds
cut
to
it
your
out, cut
appeal.
it out.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap up with 2 activities.
Do it.
I want to bring back D&D so bad.
We need to.
We need to get
the
the
fall thing
crew
too.
back together and finish.
We need to get the band back together.
The journey we were on because I think about it a lot.
I think about it at least once a week.
I caught myself getting emotional again over. Did you see like the? Do you know what fart buckle is? Okay.
Sometimes I think I'm chronically online, and then I talk to Megan.
And then you talk to Cooper, and that's a whole other layer. Okay, so there was this new Childish Gambino album that came out, and there was that song.
Yes.
That was like nobody gives a f. Nobody, you know that one? I'm in it. It was like the single.
Yes.
So it was really big on TikTok, and
I'm so confused because I literally listened to that album so many times, and I literally don't.
You're like, what song is this? It might be like the first track or something.
But he also released like 2 albums back to back.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he like released.
Well, it's like it's the end of
like
Childish Gambino.
Yes,
yeah. R.I.P. So, anyways, speaking of R.I.P., so someone made like this little like 10-second video like of this like hand drawn animation of like people in a D&D scenario. It was like as their characters or whatever. It's like these characters are, facing something and they're all gonna die except for then their like goblin companion named Fartbuckle like jumps in front and like protects them all, and he's like, I will save my friends, and it goes like Fartbuckle is happy. Anyways, so it just became like this whole thing about like Fartbuckle. And I'll have to show you the original video.
Yes, you have to show me this.
To the point where like Childish Gambino, like Donald Glover, like acknowledged it on his like main page.
Yeah, of course he would.
And he even like at one of his shows was like R.I.P. Fartbuckle.
That's hilarious. I love him so much. Confirmed, he did release 2 albums.
2? Okay, I gotta go listen to the other one.
Because I was like, I listened to this one.
Yes.
And I've listened to this one maybe like a few songs, but
okay, I didn't listen to the previous one. I listened to.
You listened to this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I listened to this one.
Okay, so the song I was singing was on the other album.
That's why I'm not familiar as much.
But anyways, D&D needs to come back, and then I think a murder mystery party would be fun.
I was gonna talk to you about this like off the pod. I was like, wait, why are we gonna host a murder mystery party?
Like
but like a formal one.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Where everyone gets their character ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a whole performance.
I kind of love that. Like maybe like all like instead of like dressing up for maybe also dress up for Halloween. But like instead of a Halloween party, do a murder mystery party.
Yeah.
Something to consider. All right, what's the last things on your list, Maddie?
I want to do a proper like bonfire at my house.
Nice.
We have our fire pit.
Yeah.
That we haven't used.
You're like equipped for all the fall vibes and activities.
And lastly, try all the soup recipes.
I'm coming over. I'm coming
Because
over.
my like staples are like tomato soup
Mm-hmm.
and then this like kind of Greek inspired soup.
Yeah,
And those are like the only soups I make.
Yeah.
But like
I make
I'm
one
ready.
soup too, so it's fine.
I'm ready.
Or 2 soups.
I would love to make like a good French onion soup.
I haven't had lunch yet.
Huh?
I was like, I haven't had lunch yet.
No, literally me. I think I had like a protein bar.
Mouth is like. And on that note, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Fuzzy Pod. We hope you learned something new today.
We sure did.
That's-
Darn tootin' did. I was not expecting that.
This started out as like cozy.
We were like, ooh, we're gonna be
fall
cute
vibes,
and
cute,
not unhinged.
cozy.
I swear, the more we do this podcast, the more unhinged I get. But here's the thing: this felt like a Patreon episode.
It did.
The way I was acting today.
I thought you did great.
Thank you. But if you enjoyed today's episode, let us know and leave us a comment. A rating and review is also super helpful if you're feeling generous and in the spirit of fall season.
Yes, what she said. And then speaking of Patreon, we do have a Patreon. Y'all, thank you so much. We've got a few new members come in recently.
Yes, thank you
So,
guys.
welcome. If you don't know what we do over on the Patreon, we release one bonus episode the first Monday of every month. So if you want more of this, head on over to our Patreon.
And we also have content that we put up for free members as well. Just little sneak peeks of things here and there, do polls. But if you want to join as a free member too, we would love to have you join.
Thanks again for being here, and we'll see you next Fuzzy Friday. Bye.